Hey y'all, it's Tanya. Um, Today I thought we would make some of um, those trifold. Well, I'm calling it a trifold wallet pocket. It's this little thing here. Let me find it. I had this one. It has a pocket in the back, and then this just folds up and folds down. It has a little pocket here. Then this swings out, and you have two pockets here. So I thought I would make some of these today to put in my stash, and then too, in case anybody wants to know how to make them, um, I will try to show y'all to the best of my ability, which don't know how that good that will be. And then I when I glued mine down, I left it open back here for a pocket. So these are the ones we're going to do, and I will also show y'all like a variation of that you can do. It'd be a little bit different than this one. Matter of fact, let me see this right here. It opens up like this. You can glue this to the back too and have a pocket if you would like to. And then this just has like a pocket. I haven't glued it yet, but it has a pocket here, and then a pocket here, and then you have a pocket here. So, and then it just folds back up like that. So that's a variation of the same, pretty much the same thing. It's just going to be a matter of how you cut this. So I would suggest using probably double-sided paper, because the two sides are going to show, as you can see. And then also this is a little directional, but you don't really have to worry about that too much unless you don't like it sideways, because some of it's going to end up being sideways like this, and this music will be sideways, which that doesn't bother me, but if it bothers you, then use kind of a non-directional paper is what I would say. So let's get started. First of all, see if I can find my scoreboard. Okay, I need to get me a smaller one, I think. But first of all, and I will tell you this: you're going to use an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, but you're going to trim it down to 10 3/4 on the 11-inch end, because you're going to have to you're not going to need that quarter when you score this. We're going to try to score it in three, and it's going to have three sections. So if you had 11 on there, it's going to leave it uneven there. Okay, the first thing you want to do too is you're going to put it on the 10 3/4 inch side, and you're going to score it 3.5, and at 7.25. Oops. I did the wrong one, y'all. The wrong side. So, let's see if we can kind of push that out a little bit. Not going to need that score there. Okay, then you're going to take it and turn it to the other side. To where the 8.5 is across the top, and then you're going to score it in half at 4.25. So 4.25, and I'm gonna go ahead and do one more, because I wanted to make up a couple anyway of these to have. Because in my next journal that I'm doing, it's going to be pretty much these colors, so I want that one for sure. And then this one will be just a pink and neutral one. So let's see. And I'm also using a different, I've got my phone settings, video settings different today. So I'm hoping this will be better. I don't know. I hope it will. If not, I'll have to come up with something else. So, okay, we're going to do 3.5 again. Try to run my fingers across there because the oil from your fingers makes this glide much better on here. 7.25. So 3.5, 7.25. Flip it around, and we're going to do 4.25, which is half of 8.5. So that way, do it on the half. And I guess you could use scrapbook paper for this if it's not too thick. I wouldn't use anything real thick because because of the folds and things, it may, because as you're fixing to see when you cut these, I don't even know if y'all can see my score lines on this. But first of all, let's see. I'm going to cut this in half. Fold this on the first score line. Okay. Alright, now on this one, to get your folds, and for this middle section here, you're going to cut. You're going to cut from the middle down to the first fold, and you're going to come this way, cut to the first fold that you come to. So, y'all, I can't even hardly see them myself. So let's do a little inking so we can see. Because it's hard to see those. Okay, so you can see them a little better now. Yeah, that'll work. So, okie dokie, you're going to come up to that first, cut this up to that first line. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, then we're going to turn it around, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm trying to just cut in the center there. So then these, say, will fold over.
It keeps me in rhythm.
So sorry, y'all. My TV just decided to pop on. I forgot I had that thing on pause. I do that a lot. I don't know why I do that. I should just turn it off. But I don't. Okay, so then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold this down. And try to leave, I wouldn't fold all the way to just leave just a hair there so that when it folds over, it's not causing any issues, which sometimes it will anyway, but there we go. I'm talking about, see, like when you fold this here, and then this has got to fold up, so you want to make sure that it will do that without causing you some issues there. Okay, and so now on this one we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it this will fold over this way. Okay. Now what I'm going to do too is I'm going to take some of this off, just so it won't be so bulky. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and let's make sure first though that this is going to, I'm going to fold this one first. See how that's, yeah, giving me an issue there. So we're going to fix it. Okay, there you go. So, let's make sure this folds down and up. And I'm going to show you how to fold that other part in just a second. Okay, so let's do, fold these flaps. Fold those down right quick. You can use art glitter glue for this too. You don't have to use it might even be easier actually to use the art glitter glue than the glue stick. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet to know. I think I want that one first. And then if you have, like me, I folded a little crooked there. That's straightened up. Okay, now on this part, I folded mine over just a little bit here. Why, I don't know. I guess I was trying to give it a little bit of strength to that top part. And then this one, this is where you fold over here, and I would say about an inch. Is what I did on my others. Okay, and then that's going to be that little pocket there. So then you've got your pocket here, you've got your pocket there, and then you've got a pocket here. And like I said, I just folded this over for strength because that's going to be your lid, like that. So, and then that's where I'm going to also glue me put me a Velcro dot there so that it keeps this closed. Now you could do like some little, let me see if I've got something I can show you right quick. Like for instance, if you wanted to put like some kind of, you would need something a little bigger than this, but you could put that down and just glue it on the bottom, and then you could just tuck that in. I also have a notch maker. Let's see where it's at. I've had this thing, y'all, for years and years and years. I do not believe they still make these, but they, you might can find one used on eBay or something. But you see how it has this little notch in it? Well, you can cut that. Let's see, I've got to have it on the right. These notches have to go in, oops, upside down, Tanya. I haven't used this thing very much lately. But yeah, you can do this and put your a notch down here, and then this will just flip. I don't want to do it on this one because that's not how I want to do it, but I'm going to show you on this piece of paper. You just do that right there, and see it has, I didn't go through it. Didn't go through it good enough. That. And then see, it makes a little, well, it's not wanting to cut on this at all. Let's Probably because it's too thick there. That, see? It has a little notch there. And then you can slide something underneath it and it holds it down. So if you have one of those, you can use it, use that and do that too. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use my Velcro dots on this one. Yeah, Tanya. Don't put it like that or you'll be done cut yourself. That's how I roll, y'all. That's how I roll. Do everything the hard way. Okay. So, now, and then another thing too, if you wanted to, instead of folding that down, you could take this and border punch it across there. That would be real cute too. Give you just a little decorative edge there. So, see, this is why I'm calling it the Trifold wallet pocket. Because it's a trifold wallet looking thingy. Okay, so, y'all. I told y'all you're going to have to hang in there with me for a little while because my brain's not working too good here lately. Let's see, do I want that on top? I think I want this on top. Yeah. So, let's, all you're going to do here is just glue the bottom of this. Getting crazy with my glue. Okay, and then, let's see. Glue that along the bottom there. Okay, so got that done. Now on this one, you can cut a little thumb notch in there if you would like to. I'm not gonna because it's, I'm not going to because, the pocket's so shallow anyway. So I'm gonna leave mine alone, but you can do what you want to do with yours. Now, I did not ink this one, so if you want to ink, you probably need to do it before you start gluing everything together. I may glue around the edges when I get through, but, for time's sake, I'm trying to not do that right now. Okay, that looks like it might be a little crooked, but it's gonna be okay. You won't notice it once it folds up. Okay, now I'm gonna make sure my little folds here land where they're supposed to land. Okay, so there you go. Got that and that. This one's wanting to give me a little bit of grief there. But we're going to fix it because we're just going to give it a little more room there. That. So, there you go. There's the Trifold wallet pocket. Okay, now. Let's do this one more and then I'll show you how to do the variation. This is where, let's see. Something like this. So, okay. Alright, y'all. We're going to do this. Let me fold this over first because it just seems to be easier to, where to cut better too when you're cutting your things out so you don't go wonky like me because I go wonky about on my cuts all the time. Trying to get this one as crooked as I can get it, looks like. That's what it looks like. Okay. Move that out of the way. I'm going to keep those for collaging. Okay. Let's see. There we go. See those lines a little better. Okay, what I want to do though is make sure, because this one is, let's see, it's a little directional. Fold in there, so it's just gonna, okay, that's fine, that will work, y'all. Well, I have to cut on the side that I just inked so I can see. Now, the other variation that we're going to do of this, instead of, it's going to be just the same. You're going to score it the same and everything. It's just going to go, instead of cutting these, like this way, you're going to cut these on these sides. That's what you're going to do for it. So that's going to be the only difference. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, I probably need to go ahead and ink that too so I can see it. So I can see where to fold to. Okay. Now see, I'm using the back side because my back side is print, but it's very, you know, it's a very neutral print. It's what I use a lot of times for my background, you know, on my pages, because you can still write on it and stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I want my I want my front side to show on the outside. Okay. Then fold this down. Then you got your pretty side on that too. So let's see, I want the rose to go on top this time. I'm just making sure. Just making sure that I've got everything folded the way I want it. Line this stuff up so it will it's all even on the sides. Okay. It's a little too big. You don't need but about an inch there. And then just a little bit of something on the top. Okay. So, alright, this one I'm going to go ahead and ink before I, let me go ahead and cut this out too. Cut that off. Make some cute little triangles you can use in your collages or whatever. Just gonna ink this up right quick. Okay. That. Ink that part because it's not going to show. I'm just making a mess. I know that's not going to show, but just in case it happened to stick out a little further and I didn't have my folds correct. This not worry about that too much because all that inking can be done on the outside, on the perimeter, so we won't need that. So I can always ink that up later, as well as this. Some of this I had already inked up. Okay, there we go. Alright, one more time. We're going to ink the bottom. Wait, let's ink this first. These little flappy poos. I am feeling a little bit better today, you guys. I hope y'all are doing good too. Everything that's going on in my life, I'm just decided I'm, not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna let God handle all of it. But I will tell you what's going on. My husband has asked for a divorce, so don't know why. He just said he was tired of being married and he needed some time to be. He wanted to live on his own. So so that's what's going on, you guys. But, so, like I said, just keep me in your prayers. I would greatly appreciate it. he's just, I don't know, it seemed like ever since he had the cancer and went through the chemo and all that, he's just a little different, just changed some. But that'll be fun. It's just hard, you know, after you've been married a long time, a lot of years. Of course, this wasn't my first marriage. I had my kids, my first marriage, and me and we don't have any children together in this marriage because we were both a little older when we decided to marry. We weren't young chickadees anymore, so we just didn't care about having any more children. So, because I have a girl and a boy, and he has 3 girls, and then he had 2 other children from a first marriage. So he has 5 children altogether, and I have 2. So, alright, let's see if this is gonna fold up like I want it to. Yeah, for a minute I thought I'd closed up my pocket, because okay, there you go. So then there's another one, you guys. So they're very, very, very easy to make. And it don't really take a long time either to make them. So, alright, now I'm going to do one more and show you a variation. I haven't made this one but a couple of times. So, yeah, we'll see if we can do it without screwing it up. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see, you guys. How it goes. Let's see. I don't know on this one if it necessarily is gonna. This one's not necessarily has to be necessarily one way or another though. So you know what? We're not gonna worry about it. All right, this one I have not cut yet. I see. It's still 11 inches. So I'm going to take a quarter. Let's see. Let's do it this way. If I can keep it in there straight. Quarter inch. Oh, goodness, y'all. I think that was a lot more than a quarter of an inch. See, I'm already messing up. Yep, it is. I did it at 10 and a half. I'm just trying to figure out if that would matter. It would, probably. Because these kind of need to be even. Well, not necessarily. It may make that pocket a little smaller. But you know what? We're going to do it again because I don't want to confuse y'all. And I hate it because this is the paper I was wanting to use for my next journal. So, let's try something else, you guys, if y'all wouldn't mind giving me just a moment to find another sheet, because I've got some things, but they're not all double-sided. And you really need a double-sided something for this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know what, guys? I'm going to use the scrapbook paper, I think, because I've got some, this right here. But it's thick, but it's not as thick as some are. So, put that there. I can use that page for some journaling tags or something. So let's do that. And let's get out my big cutter so that I don't screw up again. Because we do want this to be 8.5 by 10 3/4. Oops. Get ink on everything too. Alright, let's see. 8.5. And then we want a 10 3/4. So that's a strip for something, and then that can be a couple of tags there. So that will work. Alright, it's the first time I've done this, y'all, so we're going to see if it's going to matter on the cardstock or scrapbook paper. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to turn this joker. One thing. Take just a little bitty bit off of there, because I think I cut it crooked on my other one. Alright, let's see. That looks about straight. Looks a little better. Okay, what did we say? It's gonna be the same scores, y'all. At 3.5 and what did I say, 7 1/4. So there we go. And this is going to be just in half. So I'll do it at 4 1/4. I don't know if y'all can. This whole scoreboard's in frame, but can't help it. It's a big one. Okay, now let's fold this in half. I wish I could fold a little straighter, y'all. Okay. Now, let's open this back up, and I think I'm going to pull it from this side so that I can see it a little better. Of course, this time we're going to be, see, this is another thing about using scrapbook paper. Sometimes it cracks, which is weird because I've never had this paper crack that much. probably should have, sometimes you score on both sides, it prevents that from happening. So, but we're not going to worry about that too much either. Okay, so now what we're going to do on this one, instead of cutting up the long ways, we're going to cut sideways. The only thing is, I want to see how yeah, that'll be fine. The print will be running sideways, which is fine by me. I don't mind that. So let's see here. We gotta cut. Cut down this way this time, y'all. And just cut on each side of that middle section on one of your sides. Okay, like that. And that will fold up. Make sure it folds even. Even Steven. That's one of my brother's names. Steven. He's the one that's a pastor of a church. Joe, where is she? Yeah. Alright, now I'm going to have to remind myself how I did this myself, you guys, because like I said, I've only made a couple of these. Let's see. Okay, you want your middle. I don't know, because I want. Yeah, I want this part to swing back, I believe. And then what I did was just fold this up. But since we're using cardstock, I'm probably going to cut it off. And that's going to be my middle pocket. Okay, and this going to swing back, which I'm calling this pattern part. Pattern side is going to be my front side, because I'm going to want it to go, let's see, I don't remember how I folded these. Yeah. I guess it really doesn't matter which way you fold it, to be honest, because it's just going to make the pocket. I'm going to fold mine in, though, because I want my stuff to be on the inside and not the outside. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Okay. It is a little bit harder to fold, but you know, it looks like it's going to be okay though. Now on this one, my points are even there, but if you happen to fold it just a little bit off and you've got a point sticking up, you can just cut that tip off, because it won't matter. I'm going to fold this one in too, the same way that I did that one. Okay. Yeah, that one came out even too. Huh. I can't believe it. Okay, now let's see. For the folding part, what I did was just fold that in that way and that in that way, and then you've got this on the back where you can glue it down and have another pocket behind there, and then it opens up like a little booklet, and then this is going to be a pocket. So okay, so that's what we're going to do. There's our pocket, so we're going to fold this way. And then this one is going to fold this way. Okay, and see how it did crack a little bit, but if you don't like that look, you can, which I might do also, is you can take some washi tape and just run it down the center there, and it'll be fine. So there you go, you guys. That makes your little variation on the trifold wallet pocket. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know. And like I said, there again, it's probably already been done before, but I'm doing it again because I don't know. I didn't see it anywhere, so I'm doing it on my own. So there you go. And see what I did, y'all? I was going to try to flip it. Because that's how it was last time. I was going to try to flip it this way, and yeah. But that's okay. You can do it however you want to do it. But then you got your pocket there. And then you open that up. You got a pocket there. You open it up, and then you got another pocket here. And if you wanted to, you could put a little bit of writing paper. Just mat some writing paper here, and you can write on that too, if you want to do that. So I think with all the pockets and stuff, I may put a little bit of something there, so you could just mat some writing paper on there, so you could write on that actually too, because it's something like that. It's real neutral that you can write on. You can do that too, but that's up to you guys of whatever you want to do. So I'm going to ink this thing up and glue it up, and maybe put me some washi tape along there and do that. So that's what we got, you guys. Our little wallet, trifold wallet pockets. That's what we're calling them. Now, too, I didn't show you this, but all you got to do on your, let's see, let me show you right quick before we get off of here, because I don't know how long we've been on here. But I have these little Velcro dots, and I think, I'm wanting to say I got these on Amazon. I've already put them together for the back and the front. The scratchy side and the fluffy side. Oops. Ooh, that's pretty sticky, y'all. So, I'm just going to put it, let's see. Yeah, it won't matter. Try to get it in the middle as good as I can. And then stick that down. And there you go. Then you got your little Velcro closure. So, and like I said, there's other ways to make closures if you don't have any Velcro dots. You know, you could cut a shape out of this even and glue this part down, and then just, it gives you something to slide underneath there. Can't do it right now because I've got that one closed. But anyway, so that's how it's made, you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you will make yourself some of them. Because I really think they're neat. They give you lots of, some pockets and some journaling spots also. So, okay, guys, have a good one, and I will see you in the next video.